Hello my lovely people and welcome back to my channel. My name is Daisy and today we're going to be recording another tutorial with the Wet n Wild collection from the quads. So these are the quads I have been doing tutorials with. So I think we're going to go ahead and use this one, the Nights quad. It's basically a transition shade and then it's a very white brow bone, a dark black, and it has a little bit of glitter. I don't think you can tell. And then there's this kind of icy blue gray right here. Alright, so these are the four shades. The top one is a transition shade. The second one is the brow bone, which is just like a white kind of cream color. And then there's that silver that I was talking about, it has kind of like a blue undertone. And then there's the black. So we're going to go right in. I already filled in my brows off camera, and I also primed my eyelids using the MAC Paint Charlie Paw and Laying Low, and then I set that as well with my Rimmel Stay Matte. So now I'm just going to go in with the fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with this one. This is the Morphe M505, and it looks like that. And I'm going to dip into the transition shade. And I'm going to grab some. There is a lot of kickback. I don't think you can tell. There's a lot of kickback and it is kind of powdery. But like I've mentioned, I don't mind that. As long as they blend beautifully, it's all good. So I'm going to go in and buff that all over my crease. So I do dip in, like I've mentioned before, a couple times. So we're just going to go back in and work that shade as much as you can. Now I'm going to move on to my next eye. So I'm just going to keep buffing that out. And you can get as sloppy as you want with this one. It's not going to, like I said, it's not going to show. It'll be a very forgiving color. So you're going to go in with a packing brush. It's this one. You're just going to pack your eyeshadows on. It's a Wet n Wild brush, so it doesn't have a number or anything. It's just kind of, it's just like shadow packing. It's a little bit, it's a little stiff and it's just kind of bulky. And I'm actually going to go in straight with that black right there. So I'm going to grab some. So you see? I'm going to go in and I'm going to start on just the actual eyelid. And I'm just going to pack this on. And I'm going to keep it as close as I can to my lash line. So that's how I'm going to start right now. Intensify the the black a little more and really smoke it out. You could go in with like a jumbo black eyeliner crayon or something like that. Or like even a gel pot, a black gel eyeliner pot, and put that under as a base so it can really stick and the color can be as intense. But as I'm doing this eye look, I just want to mainly focus on the palette. I'm just going to build it in intense, and then from there I'm going to start bringing it up a little bit, but not as high as where my crease is. I see where my crease is as if I open my eye, and I'm not going to go as high as there. I'm going to bring it as down from where that crease is and focusing in the lower part. Just going to intensify that a little more. Keep it nice and low. I don't know, I love this dark smoky eye. I think it looks so sexy, honestly, on everybody. I think this is like that eye look that'll look good on any skin tone, and it's still gonna look very like smoky and sexy. I love it. Alright, so that's about how much I'm going to intensify right now. I will probably go back in and add just a little more. But as you see, I am kind of keeping it as low as I can, not reaching the actual crease. Now I'm just going to go over to the next eye and work the same way. Just keeping it again close to the eyelash as possible. You don't want to bring it up too high. So it looks like I kind of have it as dark as I'm probably gonna be able to get it. As I said, if I were to do this, I would go in with a darker, like jumbo pencil or eye gel liner, and just tensify it so it can just be intensely dark and black. Wow, so I look like a raccoon right now. That's okay, we're gonna fix that. So now, after this, I'm just gonna keep just kind of building it, and as you see, it's already by itself kind of going into the crease as if it was transitioning. There, we are actually gonna take a buffing brush, and we're actually gonna go back in with that M505 that we initially had started with, and we're gonna ever so lightly going to just blend that transition with the black eyeshadow that is starting to go up to the crease. Now, if you're afraid to bring that black eyeshadow way too high and look like a raccoon, I suggest going in with the just adding a little bit. Actually, I'll go in as well. Just adding a little bit of the transition shade, just a little bit on the brush, and starting to just kind of blend these two ever so slightly. So we're just going to go back and forth. We're just going to blend them a little bit. Now if you do this with the transition shade, it is going to get a little bit on the black, and it might take away a little bit of the color, but you can go back in and just add on there. But as you see, the transition shade looks a little bit more darker than this one. This one looks a little more darker because of us blending that up just a little bit, and that's just as high as you want to bring it. You don't want to bring it up too high. Doing the same thing, I got a little more of the transition shade, and I'm buffing that up a little bit, just a little bit to darken it and kind of see that transition shade so it can just look effortlessly. So just buffing that up just ever so slightly. Alright, so that's about it, and I'm going to go back in with the brush that we used for the black, and I'm just going to go ahead and go over that one more time, just for all the black shadow that was lost. We're buffing that out. I'm going to go ahead and get a wipey, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the under eye, because, girl, there was so much fallout. Wow. Under is still like very dark. Alright. So once it's cleaned out, it should look something like this once you cleaned out your under eye. So that's basically what you should have. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, and then we're going to come back and just finish the lower lash. Alright guys, so I'm back. I finished the rest of my face, as you guys can see, and now we're just going to go ahead and finish the tutorial. This brush, this is from Smashbox, into the transition shade first to buff out the lower one, so when we go in with the darker color. I'm just going to go in and buff that out. And again, you can be pretty sloppy with it. And you kind of want to bring it up so you can connect the lower lash with the upper lash. You want to buff it out. You can be as sloppy as you like. This is the Morphe M431 brush. It's a very pointed brush. And same thing, I'm going to go in straight on with the point. I just want the tip of it to grab some. As you see, just the tip has actual product. So we're going to grab in and we're going to go and bring it as close to the lower lash line as possible. And kind of just start off with the outer corner first. And as we pack that pigment onto the outer corner, then we'll bring it in. And you can start blending because we don't want it to be too harsh off the back because then we can get a lot of fallout and that's going to ruin your look, or it can look too raccoony. We don't want that either. And then again, we just want to blend it to the lower part, upper lash line or upper eye. So I dipped in a little more. I'm just going to darken the outer corner of my eye and then bringing it in. And that's how smoky you're going to want to have it. If we bring it down too smoky, it depends on how smoky you want it. You could just continue buffing and bring it out a little more. But you don't want to drag it on too much because in my opinion, I feel like it can look too harsh and that's where it looks a little sloppy. So now I'm going to go into the other eye. Same thing, just bring it as close to the bring it as close to the lower lash as possible. Go into the brow bone shade, which is this white one, and we're going to dip it in this is a Studio Gear brush. It's super flat like that, or it's really white, so we're going to dust a little bit of that off. And go on the upper brow, so it's more of a matte satin finish. It does look matte when you swatch it, but then once you apply it looks a little bit satin. And we just want to put that in the brow, the high point of your brow bone, just so that brow doesn't get lost. Go up to the next one. Should look like that. And I'm going to take, this is an Eco Tool brush. It's called Accent Shadow. It was part of a collection, or it was part of a kit, but it's a small little brush like that. It's very thin. And we're going to take this one and grab onto this shade right here. And I'm going to pop this in my inner corner. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. So I just want a kind of an intense pop there, like that. Should look something like this. I'm just going to go ahead and do my lashes and then I should be right back. Alright you guys, so I'm back and this is the completed look. I went and go ahead and threw on some mascara on my lashes. You could use false lashes to just really make your lashes pop, but I'm not a huge fan of them, so I just put a couple layers of mascara and for me I'm good to go. And now you can get this very beautiful smoky eye look, which is very easy to do as long as you have the techniques not to overly blend and just to keep it as low. I think you're good to go, and I think it's very achievable. It looks very hard to do. We're scared to play with super dark colors, so look kind of like raccoonish. But in reality, it's pretty easy to look. And I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys on my next one. Hasta la vista, my lovely people. Bye. This is the second look. While I was doing the first look for you guys, I kind of had an idea in mind. So I'm hoping it comes out how I want it to. And I just wanted to record it to see how it comes out, and if I'm able to upload 2 looks for you guys using that same one palette, I think it'd be great, and I hope you guys like it. So we are just gonna continue off with the Nights quad Okay, so I already did my eyebrows, primed my eyelids with the MAC Painter Le Pas. Same deal. I love that one. That just makes my eyelids pretty matte, and I have really oily eyelids. So we're just gonna start off with this brush. This is the Morphe M505. Same thing. We're gonna go into the transition shade. So we're gonna grab some of that. We're gonna start blending it all over the crease like we did in the first time. So we're just gonna buff that everywhere, exactly like in the first look. So I am gonna speed this up just for that way the video isn't like an hour long. So now we're gonna go in with this black shade right here. And we're gonna go ahead and use this one. It's a Smashbox liner brush, and we're gonna dip into the black, and we want it at the tip of the brush. We're gonna take this as close to the eyelash as possible, but at the same time we're gonna focus it in the eyelash and in the outer corner only. So we're gonna start in and drag this in the eyelash, but we're not going more than probably halfway of your eyelid. And we're going to focus it in the outer corner at the same time. So we're just going to dip in and focus in the outer corner. You're kind of going to drag it up to your crease, but we're going to stop a little bit before you hit half of your eyelid. So basically around here, we're just going to bring it up and buff that and just keep running it under on your lower lash. I'm just going to bring that up a little bit, and we're going to buff it. We want the intensity to be in the outer corner. I'm going to go in with some more and just focus in the outer corner. So we kind of want it to look like a C, not really like a V. We don't want it that sharp. We want it to kind of have a rounded look or effect to it. So we are bringing it a little bit to the crease, but mostly focusing in the middle and bringing in your lower lash. So we're just going to keep running back and forth, and then when you're in the outer corner, you want to go ahead and do circular motions, kind of just buffing that there and kind of staying in place. Don't drag it too up when we're going, or too down, or too out on the side. So it should look something like this, just really focusing it there. So like that. And now we're going to do the same for the other eye. So we're going to go in again and stay in the lower lash. Don't drag it too in. Keep going in. And just take your time with this and gradually build it up. It's better than going in too intense. And at the same time, if you don't want it too dark, you could leave it just a little bit of color. As you can probably see, this one is lighter than this one. I hope. I think it is. It looks kind of lighter in person. I'm not sure. So it's just up to you. But we are going to go with that metallic shade all over the eyelid and kind of do like a smoky eye look, but more of a rounded smoky eye look. I hope that makes sense. So we're just going to continue buffing that and bring it a little bit into the crease, but we're not taking it too high. Just making sure they look kind of even, so it should look something like that. So that's what you should have at the moment. And we are going to go back in with this one, but now we're going to go with this Eco Tools brush. It's a very thin one. We went in the first look with that metallic kind of like gray blue shade right here. Glitter glue and put some on, and I'm actually not going to put it all over the eyelid. So I'm going to take about that much. Again, I'm going to put it in the back of my hand, and from there, basically take what I need. I don't want too much. And I'm going to focus this more in the half of the inner corner to half of your eyelid. We're not going to drag it all the way close to where the black is. So I'm basically from here, just going to focus it in the inner corner and the middle. Just because the pigmentation is going to go on there since this color is really pigmented. But we don't want it to kind of interfere or stick or look kind of weird when we blend it out in the corner. So we are just going to take it right there. Just inner corner. And then go on to the other eye. Alright. So now we're going to go in with that shade right here. We're just going to grab that on the brush, and we're going to pack that on the eyelid. Ooh, Nelly. That's intense. So I'm focusing the color, as you see, basically from half the eyelid to the inner corner. I'm going to put some here right now, but right now I just want most of the color to be the brightest, to be in the outer corner, the inner corner, and towards the center of the eye. And I'm not dragging it up to where the crease is. I'm kind of just keeping it on my actual eyelid. And it's going to look kind of like a cut crease, if you can see, without you even having to really carve. We are going to blend a little, but not too much. So we're going to continue on to the other eye. Again, just keep it on your eyelid, not too high up. I love how dramatic this eye look looks like. It's so icy, like an icy queen or something. I don't know, just weird like that. So now we're going to go ahead and take it and kind of pat it in here with a little bit of the black. We're not going to take too much, just kind of pat a little bit so we can kind of blend those two colors out. We are going to go back in with the black, that's why we don't need too much on there. So just kind of pat in wherever you see any skin peeking out or the black isn't on there. And that should be kind of how you should have it, like this. So now we're going to go in back with that Smashbox brush, and we're going to dip back into that black. And we're going to continue again on the lower lash, as the lower lash kind of disappeared. So we're going to drag that there a little bit. I'm going to bring it again up. And this time we're just going to bring it up. Since we usually had it just here, we're just going to, a little bit ever so slightly, just drag that in the crease. And then we're just going to focus more of the pigmentation or the shadow in the outer corner and just buff. So it should look a little something like that. And now we're going to go back in with the first brush we took, which is a Morphe one. And with no product, we're not adding any additional product or anything like that because we don't want to blend too much. We're just going to go in and blend a little bit of the transition with the black and then kind of just make sure everything is blended and doesn't look too harsh. But we're not going to go too crazy with this. So as you see, I'm blending and we're just going to blend lightly because we don't want too much of the product to move. For the black to not become that intense. Alright, so it should look like this. And now we're going to go ahead and take the wipey and clean our under eye. And then we're not going to do the sharp cut that we usually always do. Just make sure to grab that under eye and make sure that stays kind of rounded. That's how we want it. So lastly, before I go off and do the rest of my face off camera, I'm going to go ahead and take this brush again, the Studio Gear number 25, and I'm going to go into the brow bone and just highlight that brow bone like we did last time. And if you went a little harsh, you could go in and just kind of highlight the transition with a little bit with the brow bone so it doesn't look like harsh lines or separations. So this should be your almost finished look. This is how you should have it so far. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera and I'll be right back and we're going to finish it off, which is going to be pretty simple. And as you kind of see, this eye look is pretty simple to do. It wasn't that much. You just had to take a little time and work a little bit with the black in the outer corner, but everything else was really simple to do. But I'll be right back, okay? Alright guys, so I'm back and in with the, the ColourPop, the new lipsticks that they have. It's in this shade and it's called Uno Mas. Yeah. So it's kind of like a corally nude. I don't know. It looks a lot nuder, like skin nude in person. The camera is making it look a little different, but it's alright. So to finish off the look, we are going to go back in with the transition shade and we're going to take a brush that looks like this, that is pointed, and this is the Morphe M431. So we're going to go in with the transition shade, buff that out like crazy in the under lash line. Right. So now we are going to go in with the black shade, which is that one. So again, we're going to go in and you want it in the tip. You don't want to go in like this and get it all over because then you're going to bring it down too much. So we're just going to go in and we're going to start focusing this in the outer corner and kind of connecting it so it can continue being like a rounded eye look in a way. And we're just going to bring that kind of all the way passing a little bit more than half, but that's it. And we're going to go in and do the same with the other eye. Take that fluffy brush we initially went in the first one that has a transition shade, and I'm just going to buff that again. So I'm going to buff that out. Just put some mascara on again, and then I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so I am back and this is the completed look. I did put on a different lipstick. I put the Hot Liquid Lacquer from Maybelline shade 62. Just let me know what look you guys like better. Number 1, which is a smoky look, or number 2, which is this look. And I just want to give you guys a quick shout out to everybody who has subscribed and comment and seen my videos. That you guys have no idea what it means to me. Like honestly, you guys are so sweet and all the comments are so sweet and they mean so much to me from my heart, and I'm being 100% real. So I just want to give a shout out and a recognition to everybody because it means a lot, and you have no idea when I get notifications like comments and a new subscriber or something like that. It makes me so happy, not because it's like, oh, I can't wait to have a lot of subscribers, but just the fact that it's like I see who is actually supporting me, you know, and that is huge because it really shows how much you believe in me and that means a lot to me. And I get so excited, and I tell my mom, and I tell like my friends, and I'm like, oh my god, this person commented, this person subscribed to me, and this and that. But anyways, I did want to give you guys a shout out, and also just a shout out to my niece Emily, because I know she watches my videos and she's so cute, but I don't have her near me. So I miss her a lot. So just Emily, know I miss you and I love you, and thank you for watching my videos. Alright, so other than that, I'll catch you guys in my next one, and I'll see you guys later. Hasta la vista, my beautiful people.